Hi guys, how are you? I'm shooting this on my lunch hour at work, so we'll see how well it goes. I'm not quite sure exactly how well this video is going to turn out, but we'll hope and pray that it works out well. I don't have a tripod right now at work, so that way it kind of video might be a little bit shaky. I'm holding the camera, so we'll see what happens. I hope everybody had a happy and safe 4th of July. Today for me is kind of a little bit groggy and whatnot, as we were out kind of late watching the fireworks. I figured I would talk a little bit about some of the questions that I've had. Number one, first off, yes, I am going to do personal readings through this channel, so I will include my PayPal information in the comments below the video. If you have any questions about pricing, I'll answer those now. The pricing is going to be as follows. $30 for a mini reading, $60 for a full reading. I will send you the link unlisted, which means nobody will have access to it but you. When you send me the PayPal information, please remember to include the question or situation you'd like read in the comments section, or rather the notes section, because otherwise I won't have any idea what it is you're wanting, and I will refund the money to you. If you'd like to donate to the channel, that's always accepted. Please indicate that in the note section as well. So moving on, beyond that, there's a few questions that I've had asked of me lately. One is, am I proud of Rich? Abso-freaking-lutely. I could not be any more proud of him than if he were my own kid, and he's not. But I'm very, very happy for him that he has chosen to move forward in an avenue that he obviously feels very comfortable and secure in, and he's making it very lucrative for himself. And who wouldn't want something like that for one of their friends or family members? Something else I've been asked is, what's it like to sit close to him or to live with him? Okay, I'm going to be upfront and honest with you guys. I do not see him the same way that you all do. And so I don't mean anything negative. I just simply find those kinds of questions kind of funny, because for me, he's just another guy. He's somebody I happen to cohabitate with that, we still get mad at each other for stupid little things, and I'm still going to growl at him when I find a wet towel on the floor and ask him to come pick it up, and, it's things. For the most part, Rich is one of those people where he prefers a lot of his own personal space, and that's okay with me. I'm not in a relationship with him. I have a very happy marriage with my husband, and we just all seem to cohabitate well. Beyond that, I guess if you have any other questions, shoot them off to me or comment in the comment section, and I'll answer what I can with respect to Rich's privacy. Although he broadcasts a lot of his normal day-to-day life on his YouTube channel or on his other social media outlets. As far as what I do for a living, I work in the legal system. And I'll elaborate a little bit more to tell you that I do deal with the federal courts. However, I also have a bachelor's degree in criminal justice with a concentration in human services, which is really just a nice way of saying social work. Beyond that, there isn't a whole lot more to say. I'm not going to say where I work or what type of work I do, simply because I respect and love my coworkers and my bosses enough to not put out that information, simply because they don't need to have the phone tree just simply swamped with people who want to talk to me. That's not fair to them. So for those of you who don't know, I was born and raised in Southeast Idaho. We still live here. We'll see where the future takes us. We may or may not end up staying here, and we certainly have our reasons for being here now, and we'll continue to be here for a while. Things don't seem to be changing on that end. As far as some of the things that are in the works, I know everybody is curious as to what I'm going to do with my channel, and while a lot of it is still up in the air, I have decided, as I said before, we're going to do some personal readings through here. I may do some weekend signs forecasts. I know a lot of other tarot readers seem to do a lot of weekly forecasts, so it occurred to me to maybe be a little bit different and to do them for the weekend. We'll see how well that plays out. As far as some of the other stuff, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do the week to week all signs forecasts. I may be able to pull off the monthly all signs forecasts. A lot just depends on time, and as you guys know, if you've paid attention to some of the other readings or live stuff that I've done, I am currently covering another office besides just my own. So we'll see. It's been rather interesting to kind of deal with things and have emails and questions and everything come in while I'm at work. I do respond as I can. However, I work with attorneys and judges and trustees and other paralegals, so I don't always have time to respond while I'm on the clock. I'm very, very blessed and very lucky insofar as I typically work a job that has banker's hours. However, every now and again, it does go over that. I've kind of developed a bit of a spreadsheet that I'm going to be using to keep track of different readings and questions and things. So as I see it come up in my PayPal, I will write your name down, the date that you ordered the reading, whether or not it was a mini reading or a full reading, and the date that it got completed. That way, I don't lose you guys in the shuffle. Each and every one of you are important to me, and I understand that you're coming to me with situations that you would like some assistance on. And some of you paid attention or got to see the live reading that I did with Rich, or I guess we did two of them yesterday. And there was a person who ended up getting a channeled reading, which was a very, very positive thing for her. And I'm very, very happy that I was able to assist her with getting some peace and moving forward with a situation in her life. For those of you who are unaware, a channeled reading is basically where Spirit decides to talk through me. And a lot of times it doesn't have anything to do with the spread in which is laid out. It has to do with something that they need to get across to you. It's almost always positive. I don't think I've ever had anything negative come through, but I have also worked very hard on putting a lot of, not necessarily blocks, but a lot of safety measures in place to ensure that what is coming through is truly spirit and not something else, because frankly, I don't want to deal with something else that could come through. Usually there are indicators in channeled readings or in a channeling session that is meant for the person that I'm channeling for. And those things are kind of markers for them that let them know that spirit really is coming through. And a lot of it is stuff that I would have absolutely no way of knowing, no way of even possibly looking it up on the internet. It's like little things like smells or nicknames that might come through, or things that you notice that you think maybe you're going crazy because all of a sudden you've seen random pennies showing up out of nowhere. You could have walked across a carpet and see nothing, and then 2 seconds later or 2 minutes later you walk back by and you see a random penny laying in your path. And that's a common way for spirit to know that, let you know that they're there. Feathers are another way, but there's other things that come through that are a little bit more personal. And that was what Rich was referring to in the live reading that we were doing yesterday, when I ended up channeling for somebody else. At the time that I did that channeled reading for Rich, I really didn't know him very well. I'd only met him and had him over a couple of times. We hadn't spent a whole lot of time together. And in his particular situation, I was reading him his very first reading ever, which I didn't know at the time. And that was when his papa chose to come through. A man I'd never met. I am going to probably safely assume that he never had any kind of social media. And there's no way that I could have known certain things about him to tell Rich. And I guess he's had some people who have commented and said, oh, well, that's because she knows you. No, that's not how it works. Beyond that, let's see, what are some other questions that people have asked? I do have something in the works for my channel as far as how the readings are going to go. I just talked about the spreadsheet. I am considering doing readings on a one-to-one basis, as far as where we could FaceTime or maybe Skype. I would read for you, and it would be a meeting where it would be between the two of us, just kind of like this, only it would be live, so we could talk and interact and whatnot. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If I choose to do that, it would be a special that I would be running simply because the channel is up and new. I have chosen somebody who I've been talking to a little bit back and forth, who's been very patient on a reading that was ordered previously. And so I've asked him if he would like to be my guinea pig. We'll see what happens. If things go well, then hopefully that's something I'm going to be able to announce here in the near future and get rolling with. I know that there are a lot of people who would like to do that, and some who appreciate more of a classic style of reading where I'm reading for you, I record it, I send it to you unlisted, and then you're the only one that has access to it, and you can go back to it later. And that's perfectly okay if you prefer that style of reading. Kind of tossing a few other ideas around in my head, and we'll see what happens and how things go. As you can hear, I'm kind of losing my voice, and I'm a little bit nasally from my allergies kicking my trash last night, so I apologize for that. Rich and I do have a wrapping up live reading planned for later this evening after I'm off work, and we'll see how things go then. Y'all are welcome to pop in, give us a watch, and comment. We don't always catch every one of the comments, but we do catch a few, and we do like to interact with people as we see them. Please keep your comments positive. I don't want, nor does Rich want, any of the negativity. We don't need it, guys. This world has enough negativity and animosity without throwing it directly at people. If that's what you're about, is just a bunch of hate and discontent, I ask that you please move along, keep it to yourself, and keep scrolling. I don't need it. I don't want it. But I do accept all the love, light, and positivity you guys wish to share. That's what I am throwing out to you guys. That's what I'm constantly putting out into the universe. And so far, it's working well for me. I choose to make that conscious thought and that conscious choice to put out love, light, and positive energy. And I hope that you guys do the same. I'm kind of rambling, and I know I'm all over the place. I just decided it was best to shoot a video while I'm on my lunch hour instead of trying to find time later when I know that we're all going to be busy. And I had promised you guys that I would get another video up quickly. So here you go. If you have any questions or things you'd like to discuss or would like me to cover, please drop them in the comments below. And I will talk to you all soon. Love and light to everybody.